Hello everybody, this is Charles Lafond at my pottery studio. Thanks for watching this YouTube film. Please like and subscribe because it helps me be seen by other people. I really appreciate if you subscribe to my YouTube channel and like this video if you like it. So this is just a little short video about how I glaze pots in the studio. You can see that each of these pots has been painted with a little bit of green wax, so that when I dip the pot in the glaze, which is over here, the bottom will not be, it will not have glaze on it like that. See how the glaze didn't stick because of the wax? And that means that when it goes onto the kiln shelf, it won't melt on the bottom and fuse to the bottom of fuse to the kiln shelf. So all the pots that go into the kiln, because this glaze is really just, it's just glass and different oxides floating in water. And so when you dip the pot in the glaze, as I'm going to do here with this mug, you know, I'm going to dip this in 1001, 1002, 1003, and it comes back out of the glaze and gets a little shake. You can see how the glaze didn't stick to the bottom because of the wax. Now I'll have to just wipe that off to make sure that it's, you know, got no glaze on it. But that's how the glazing process works. So there's this very thin sheet of glaze that's stuck to the inside and outside of the pot. What will happen is that when this melts in the kiln at about 2400 degrees, this gray powdery look will melt onto the pot and become this blue. So you can see how very different the glaze is from the final product. So these down here are just test glazes that I'm trying out in bits and pieces. I don't know how many of them will end up becoming part of my stable, but this is my stable right here. There is this shore break glaze, which is this pot here, lots of yellows and creams and blues and pinks and peaches and oranges. And then this glaze here, it looks gray, but it becomes this blue color of this candy pot or honey pot. And then this glaze here is the amber tea dust, which is this glaze. It's a Korean glaze that has heavy in iron, so it's got a beautiful spotted black on mustard. The floating blue here becomes this glaze, which is a very sort of Wedgwood glaze, but you can see how the Whitby clay has so much iron in it that the Whitby clay iron stains the glaze and makes these teardrops, which I think are quite beautiful. And that's the color of the ocean around Whitby Island on a cloudy day. So I have a particular fondness for that since I live here on Whitby Island. Then this is the sea green, is this pot here. This is the sea green, although this I dipped in a little bit of blue just to give it a bit of a shoreline look, land and sea. And then this one here is black cherry, and that's this gorgeous purple glaze. And then I've got a clear glaze that I will use on pots that have a porcelain paint swiped on them, and this is the porcelain slip here. So that's how the glazing works here. And so what I will do is I will just keep dipping over and over again. I will be, you know, getting each pot and I will just dip it in the glaze like this, and I will pour it out. And then what I will probably do is then once it's dry to the touch, I will then pick up the glaze and quite literally I will I'm going to mix this up so that you can see what I'm talking about. This is the purple glaze. So then I will take a pot like this, and I will dip just the first inch or half inch of the pot into the glaze, the second glaze color. And so now you can see it's got two colors. It's got this top bit is the purple, and this bottom bit is the blue. And the combination of the glazes means that this top purple will melt and it'll run down the whole pot and provide a sort of gentle purple wash overlay over the blue glaze when it comes out of the kiln. You can see, for example, pots such as this one here. Well, that's not a good example. This might be a better example. You can see how this was the green glaze, and then I dipped it in blue, and the blue glaze fell down the pot into the green and made this beautiful feathering. But the kiln got too hot, so it fused to the shelves, and I have to grind that off. But anyhow, we all have these little mistakes in life. So then, I'll take bowls like this. This one's small enough that I can just dip the whole thing into the glaze like this. 1, 2, 3, and then I will pull it back out again, and then I'll have to clean that up just a bit, but that'll be a glazed. We call this a floating bowl because of the way it looks like it's kind of floating off the table. Again, it's a sort of a Korean Japanese style. Anyhow, that's what's going on here in the studio today. I'm glad I could show you a little bit about how we do some glazing. These will go into the kiln tonight, these glaze pieces, and they will come out being all sparkly and colorful. And tomorrow's video might be about the glaze firing. Have a great day. Bye-bye.